Yo, what's up? It's your boy Mr. Good Times back at it again, and today I wanted to talk about censorship. Okay, I know originally I was planning to do a video about AI art, but due to recent events and just it keeps getting worse and worse, I had to just switch and make this video instead because I think this is more important and the AI art video can wait. If you don't know, two things happened very recently. And that's why I wanted to talk about censorship, and those two things are: one, the collective shouting with Steam and debit card or MasterCard and that whole ordeal, and the more serious one that's just getting worse and worse by the day, the EU/UK policy for safety children's, I don't know what's it called, you know, the ban on 18 plus content, or not really the ban but the restriction on 18 plus content. Just to boil it down so you don't have to read all of the articles and we can just get straight in the point, I'm just gonna first talk about Steam collective shouting and then talk about the EU/UK thing. Just quickly sum it up and my opinion on the case. So, Steam collective shout. What's happening? What is collective shout? You might ask. It's a company, it's like a feminist company in Australia. I don't know much about it. But what I do know is that they've spammed Steam, MasterCard, PayPal, all of those different companies to get many games removed. They've done this with Target, Walmart, a lot of different stores, and it has worked in the past and it has worked now, as you can see. They once did this with GTA in the past. I don't know how long ago, but you can look up the article. They really did once do it with GTA in, I think, Target and Walmart to get the games off of the shelves because it was supposedly insisting violence against women because it would get you health points. I know, crazy. Now this same company has kinda caused all gooner games, as you could call it, to get removed from Steam by pressuring the different, payment methods, companies, I don't know what you call them, the way you pay for your games, to pressure Steam to remove these games. So a lot of the gooner games have been removed, and that might be, wow, a W. We do not like gooner games on Steam. When I'm looking through the sales, I don't want to see fulfill your darkest fantasies, IRL, RPG, VR 2. I just want to look at sales, but like, the reason why many people are complaining is: one, gooners will be gooners; two, censorship. It's censoring the rights of creators of games to create games. And I know it sounds stupid because these are corn. It's genuine corn. There's no art behind it. Half of these games are like made with the same, I don't know, RPG maker, and there's just, you click text, you read the text, you make a decision, boom, corn. And like, that's not really game. That's not really art. That's not really a game. That's like clicking and then boom, corn. But like, still, this is a way of taking a step towards censoring developers from making the game they want. So if you don't know what I mean with this, it's like a slippery slope. In the same way, the next thing is going to be a slippery slope. So first they want to get rid of the gooner games, because obviously gooner games bad. We don't want that. Look at us, we're so good. We are removing gooner games from your precious Steam. Then they're gonna keep pushing, games that are on the edge. It's like, is that really a gooner game, or is that not really a gooner game? Who knows? Well, it's gone now, so who cares? Well, if there's no pushback, they're just gonna keep trying and going and push more until they can get all the games they want removed, which is basically every game. And you might think this is stupid, but this is how it works. You push for one thing, then you push for another, and you just keep pushing until you get where you want to be. This is what Collective Shout wants. It wants to remove these games like GTA 5 and other games like GTA 5, just basically mature rated games off Steam, everything, because it supposedly incentivizes violence against women. Yeah, I don't know. I know it sounds very stupid, but this is what this company wants. It's not something I'm making up. You can look the company up. Collective Shout. I know, smooth transition. But yeah, EU, UK, what's going on? no more gooning? Gooning banned? No, not exactly. In Europe, mostly, you can still access most, corn online on the internet. It's not banned, I can still just look up Cornhub and just lie about my age, even though I am above the age of 18. Apps like Discord, Reddit, Sky Blue, Twitter, I don't know, but like most of those apps have now restricted their 18 plus content until you verify your age on those apps. Like, what's the big problem with this? I don't know, people want to go and they're 18. Just use your ID. It's the fact that you're giving out your ID to these companies. And if the T app, I know the T app, what an example. But like, if the T app tells us anything, it's not to not trust companies with your information. Supposedly, the pictures to identify yourself on a T app would be removed. Guess what? They weren't. They got leaked. Imagine that happens with your ID on Twitter because you wanted to goon on Twitter. I know. I don't want that either. And that's why most normal people dislike it. But if you look into it further, it gets a lot worse. Because WhatsApp is now pulling out of the UK because it doesn't want to lower their end-to-end security kryptonization. I don't know, I'm not that kind of tech guy yet. I need to study that. But like, WhatsApp is leaving the UK because it has to, lower its defenses, just weaken their end-to-end crypt. I don't know what the word is called, kryptonization or something like that. They have to weaken it for the UK Safety Act law protecting innocent children, corn. They have to weaken that, and they don't want to do that. If they've been saying this, if this goes through, they're leaving the UK. And guess what? Now they're leaving the UK because supposedly no private message is private anymore. Even direct messages, end-to-end encryption is not end-to-end anymore because the government wants to spy on you, supposedly to protect children. And what is the trend I'm seeing with all of this? This is the part where I get into my opinion. Do you see the trend? Supposedly, we're protecting children. But with protecting children, you're taking away my privacy. You're taking away my information for you to use to identify that I'm 18 years old. Like, genuinely, a 16-year-old can get a job and drink, but legally can't have a YouTube channel? We're doing something wrong here if that's the case, Legally, a person can work, get money, buy whatever they want with that money, except cigarettes, all of that, but they can legally not make a YouTube channel. If that's the state of your country, something you're doing is wrong, because that does not make any sense. And I just believe it's all a slippery slope. They want to weaken our end-to-end encryption. They want to spy on our conversation, supposedly to protect children. But like, spying on me chatting with my bro saying I'm gonna clap his cheeks isn't protecting children. We're both consenting adults. So why do you need to do that? And lastly, children have already found a way to bypass those face ID scan thingies they're doing in the UK. So you're not even protecting the children, you're taking away more and more privacy, you're taking away more information for what? The children to just still be watching corn. Like, all of this, all of these new laws, policies, acts, weakening security, having to give out your private information to companies you obviously don't trust, to government you obviously don't trust, to protect children who are bypassing these things. An 18-year-old, an 18-plus-year-old, someone who's above the age of 18 is more at risk of his details, information, all of that getting leaked, breached, I don't know what it is, than a little child faking everything, bypassing the security with a random ass face ID from a game character than an actual 18-plus-year-old is doing by doing it the legal, the right way. That's not how it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to weaken our privacy, weaken our information, give them out to these companies and these governments, which most people don't trust in the first place, especially me. In Belgium, our government is trash. We're the country with the least, like we have the record for having the longest time with no government, and you're expecting me to trust that government with my information linked to my online data, linked to my private conversation? Obviously not. I do not want to link my ID to my online information. I do not want him to have my ID connected to that information, my browsing data. I do not want that. I do not need that in my life. I do not need the government overseeing all my private end-to-end encryption messages because it's supposedly to protect children. Because how are you protecting children by spying on us? Like, there's better ways to do this. And last, like, one of the most important things to all of it is that a child should not be unmonitored on the internet in the first place. As a parent, you should not be allowing your child to be on the internet with no limits. There is parental controls. You can literally ban porn from your Wi-Fi. That, like, you can block porn. Your child cannot access porn on your home router network. You can genuinely ban that. That's a thing you can do. And still, the government needs to break our privacy and breach our privacy, weaken encryption, all of that, just to supposedly protect children. I'm not buying into any of it. Genuinely, I do not believe that the government actually wants to protect children, because if they genuinely wanted to protect children, then especially here in Belgium, we should not be sending out a rapist to be a doctor for pregnant women, which is actually something that happened. The guy still has his career, the guy was found guilty and still let free because he had a promising future. I'm telling you, these guys do not care about protecting children. And you might ask, why are you getting so heated up about this? It's because they want to breach our privacy, they want to spy on us, and they're making it so obvious, and they think that we're just too stupid to recognize what's going on. I'm not too stupid. This is clear as day for me. Why is spying on our end-to-end messaging, weakening companies' encryption so you can look at the messages that's being sent, protecting children in any ways? Children should not be in that situation in the first place. Parents should be doing their job. Parents should be parenting their child and not letting them text strangers on the internet. Genuinely, since when was it the government's job to protect children on the internet? That's not, like, you shouldn't safeguard the internet for children. That's a parent's job. I want to browse my internet freely. Of course, I don't want to see some dark web. I don't know. There should be limitations on the internet, obviously. But what I'm talking about is that there shouldn't be so much limits, so much in breaching of our privacy and all of that, and breaking our privacy to see what we're doing and all of that just to protect children. Because I'm not buying into that crap. That's not true. Parents should be protecting their children from the internet, not the government. The government should have no involvement in this in any sort of way. Now, final conclusion for the video. I've calmed down, okay? No worries. It's just, I'm happy to see so much pushback to these new laws, these new changes on Steam, all of it, because I genuinely believe that we should not just be allowing this to happen. Like, this is, for me, a slippery slope into like some dystopian cyberpunk future where if you say a swear word, you're gonna get arrested by RoboCop, and you know what I mean. I don't like that this is the direction we're going with our governments, with our policies, with our, you know, general thinking. And I think there's better ways to firstly protect children on the internet. Secondly, waste your time. Like, genuinely, the government should not be focusing their time on the internet when you have a whole genocide happening on the other side of the world. Like, I think there's more important things to be talking about than weakening WhatsApp end-to-end encryption so you can spy on messages. But like, anyway, besides the point, I just genuinely believe that we should keep fighting this, keep talking about this, keep calling them out for the bull crap that they're doing, because this is horrendous. This makes no sense. Should be no reason why this is happening. But if you enjoyed that video, you enjoyed my opinion, or any such things, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. This was your boy, Mr. Good Times, out!